How's everyone doing today? Excuse me. God damn it, am I this pasty? I need a tan in a serious way, folks. I need a serious fucking tan. This is brutal. I gotta move. I need to live where there's palm trees. I make too much money to live where there's no palm trees. Can y'all hear me alright? Is the volume okay? Video look good? What's up, Alessandro? Lauren Tiu, what's up? GT, what's up, bro? What's up, AR? Evan, how you doing, man? Handshake. Craig, what's up? Ronnie Lawrence, how you doing? Anon, what's up? Chris, what's up? Ryu, yo. Steve Chang, how you doing, man? Ronnie wants to know if we break 700 tonight. I think we already broke 700. Sal, what's up, man? BTC SFP on the daily, retracement to the bottom of the channel, question mark? Yo, what's your neck curl 1 rep max? Infinity. My neck is fucking stupid thick. My neck is so thick it's starting to engulf the rest of my head. It's crazy. If there was a way for me to get my head bigger, I would do it, because the more I work out, the thicker my neck is getting. And yeah, the neck gains are real, man. They're fucking very, very real. Alright, so yo. Alright, Milan, what's up, man? How you doing? Long time no see. Bala Subramanian Cannon, hi, what's up? Sean Coinery, how you doing, man? Good to see ya. Roy Hendricks, what's up from Amsterdam? Smoke one for me. That was so lame. JF Airplane, yo, what's up, Paul? What's up, Lovely Life? What's up, Mitch? How you doing, man? Yeah, I gotta change my name to Main of Neck. Exactly. Cool. So, how's everyone doing? Hope everyone had a good Christmas, good holidays. Obviously, very expensive holidays. If you weren't paying attention to the chart and you, for some reason, weren't in a position that was kind of net long Bitcoin. So unfortunately, one of the downsides of this market, one of its biggest positives, is also one of its biggest negatives. It's that it's never closes. It's got a tendency to move on weekends. It's got a tendency to move on holidays when most people aren't paying attention. It's savage. It's brutal. At least in this instance, it's moving up as opposed to down. So fortunate for me, I'm net long everything at the moment, just from being in spot. But obviously, I had my girlfriend over the last couple of days. We're doing Christmas dinner. She wants to watch Christmas movies and shit, and I'm like staring at the fucking chart like I need to be a degen right now. I need to be staring at the screen. But at the end of the day, as long as there's volatility, we can make money. And as long as you're, well positioned at this point, which you all should be, we've had 3 fucking years to get to 20K. You should be chilling. You don't need to stress, right? Sometimes it's good to have a little bit of time away from the market, reset the mind, relax, and then come in with a, fresh mindset to make some money. So I think it's going to be a pretty interesting week in the crypto space. Bitcoin looks like it might be topping. I don't want to call it yet. By topping, I mean like a pullback of a couple percent. I'm not saying 30% pullback or anything crazy like that. Maybe, who knows? But this might be an opportunity for alts to finally get some breathing room. And I really want to kind of dive into a tweet that I sent out yesterday just about the relationship between Bitcoin and alts. Because all you see over the last couple of days, last couple of weeks, are people like F, this alt, blah, 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 blah. being like, oh, ETH is going to have its time in the sun. ETH is going to lead the alt. All these people, in my opinion, for the most part, don't fully understand the correlation between ETH and Bitcoin. Or not just ETH and Bitcoin, any alt and Bitcoin. Absolutely, there are periods where alts outperform Bitcoin. But if you look over the last 3 years, those periods are very few and far in between, and they don't last very long. So, I mean, if you long the bottom of ETH and the bottom of Bitcoin during the COVID dump, you may be up in USD, but you're definitely down in sats, right? So, in a bull market, I'm a proponent of being in the mindset of gaining satoshis, right? I don't care if my portfolio hits a US dollar high. I want to hit a Bitcoin all-time high. And Gainsey actually made an interesting post asking people, do you have more Bitcoin now than you did, a few years ago? And most people said no. That's a failure, in my opinion. I'm guilty of that too. I'm not saying I'm perfect, right? But, USD value is great, but the US dollar, I don't know if you've been looking, has been getting absolutely dicked, right? So for months. So I want to get sats right now. If Bitcoin's going to 100K, I want more Bitcoin. I don't care about dollars, right? The dollars will come naturally. And in the bear market, it's the inverse of that, right? You want to focus on getting more dollars. So you're shorting Bitcoin to get more dollars to buy Bitcoin cheaper. It's the opposite in the bull market, right? You want to long Bitcoin to get more Bitcoin, which is also appreciating in USD value. So you win-win, right? You win-win. So we'll get into that. Before we get kind of too deep into the weeds in terms of the alt BTC pairs, and that kind of shit, let's just start with the market as a whole. Talk about where we were in my last video, and then we will talk about kind of what's happened now. There was a couple trade opportunities. Unfortunately, I missed them because I wasn't on screen locked in, but it is what it is. I'll go over them in hindsight, kind of explain my reasoning behind them, and then we can go from there. I mean, as a whole, right, everything's awesome, right? Like, Bitcoin's above 20K. Fuck, it's almost at 30K. So everything is awesome. So I think everyone should be pretty stoked. If you've survived the bear market and you're here now, right? Like, pat yourself on the back. You fucking did it. You're going to make it. You're going to get a girlfriend. I can't guarantee any of that. I think you should be stoked to have made it this far. I think this is a super exciting time to be in crypto right now. It's going to be tons of opportunity over the coming months to make a whole bunch of money. So take all of those things you learned over the last several months, even years, in the bear market about doing TA, risk management, and now apply that shit to this uptrend and just fucking smoke it. I'm so excited for all of us. So obviously, thank you to Prime XBT for sponsoring this video. Got to give them a shout out always. A lot of love for the team over there for helping me out, putting these streams on for you guys. Show them some love, please, and help me out. Hit the like button on this video. Use the link in the description to sign up for Prime. Use the main 50 deposit bonus code to get 50% deposit bonus. So if you deposit a Bitcoin, you get a half Bitcoin extra to trade with, which is awesome. Obviously, nothing I say here is financial advice. You guys already know that. There's a lot of risk in what we're doing here. Be careful. Use stops. Do your own research. That whole kit and caboodle. So, let's see here. Bitcoin SFP on the daily. Retracement to bottom of the channel. What's your neck curl? We read all this. Main of neck. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't BTC daily close look bad? We'll go over Bitcoin. The daily closes in 9 minutes. You are very close. Oh, close enough. I'm impressed. That's a hard name. Is it from direct neck training or just general compound lift? Shit's crazy. I do zero neck training. I don't do any shrugs. I don't do any fucking anything. It's just from lifting. A lot of it has gone on my neck, I guess. What's up, Crit Money? How's your bro? My brother's doing a lot better. He'll be in the hospital probably another 2 or 3 days. He just got the tube out of his lungs. There was a bunch of blood in his lungs. They had to get the liquid out. But a couple more days he'll be out of the hospital. So thank you for asking. Gainsey blocked me for no reason. Yeah, that happens to a lot of people. How much time do you spend in front of the charts? A lot. Hours and hours a day. I sold my bags too early. Do you think a correction to 20K will be there to buy altcoins, or should we buy now? We'll talk about that in a second there, Freddy boy. Don't care about girl. A lot of BTC give you a girl. Hee hee. True. Fact check true. Show F chart, please. We're all going to make it. Be okay. Buying F at 700 seems not right. Okay. Let's fucking talk about it, boys and girls. So let's start with Bitcoin, the big daddy of all. So daily close shaping up kind of ugly. Probably going to see some sort of pullback here. You've got to keep things in context. We're at $26,000, right? So even a pullback of 30%, okay? 30%, which would be a monster pullback and would be the biggest pullback that we've had, I believe. Yeah, the biggest pullback that we've had since the COVID bottom. If it pulled back 30%, we're at 18,500, right? So you need to go and readjust any sort of targets that you have in your mind in terms of pullback potential. Obviously, anything is possible. We could pull back 40%. We could pull back crazy fucking numbers, right? But you need to, in your mind, readjust your mental math when you think about Bitcoin, right? Point one is no longer $1,000 or $2,000, right? It's now $2,600. This is in US dollars, obviously. So any sort of pullback, as big as it may be, there's only so much room it will go, right? I do not expect this thing. And look, here's the top, right? So pullback from the very top, which was 28K, of 30%, puts us just about back at all-time high, the previous all-time high, which seems possible, but that would be a very gnarly kind of correction, and it would basically unwind this entire move. Now, what am I seeing on Twitter? What am I seeing in the books? I'm seeing a lot of euphoria. I'm also seeing a lot of very high OI on a lot of exchanges, which means there's a lot of leveraged longs that could get unwound on a pullback. So there's liquidity, right? There hasn't been liquidity this entire run, right? The issue has been, right, for trying to call the top is there hasn't been a ton of huge moments with OI, right? We had a big OI wipe here, right? But for the most part, it's been spot buying, institutionally driven, right? Just major players buying spot Bitcoin, hitting the bid and just pushing this motherfucker up, as opposed to previous runs like this one, where the OI was huge and then you see the massive unwind, right? Big OI and then the massive unwind, right? There hasn't really been a situation where there's been that many longs on the books to liquidate by having some sort of 30% pullback. That being said, we are starting to get to those levels now. Just looking at the chart as a whole, I mean, it's getting parabolic, so a correction is natural, right? But I'm not in the business of trying to pick a top here. Made that mistake enough times on this run and lost money doing it. I would much rather just buy on dips, right? And then try and short the fucking Pico top and risk getting blown out. But a lot of euphoria in the space, but they're understandably so. We're at all-time high. We're beyond all-time high. Everything looks great. Everyone's making money. I get the euphoria. It's been euphoria for a long time, right? Just like the RSI can be overbought for a long time, euphoria can be fucking happening for weeks and weeks and weeks before we actually correct. So just looking at the chart, right? That's my specialty. I just focus on the chart. I don't really focus on too much else noise. The daily close happening in about 5 minutes. If I'm just looking blank chart right here, gun to my head, which I hope there isn't, but gun to my head, would be a pullback to this consolidation here, right? Seems like a pretty straightforward pullback. And then continuation, right? I'm not expecting some sort of massive collapse. I'm more expecting, hey, pull back to here, continue. Let's see, we got no 3-day order block, but we got a nice daily consolidation here. So I would probably look to bid this, right? Again, pull your fib from the low to the high and look what magically lines up with that consolidation. This is your bread and butter bull market pullback buy. If you're given this opportunity, you absolutely take it. There is risk of further downside, right? If we somehow come down here, price in a lower high, right? Like fail to push through, and I'm going to explain a new concept in a second here that will help you with this, and then go lower, right? Then I'm looking here. But in either situation, I'm looking to buy. I'm not looking to short. I'm looking for longs. The market structure is bullish. Everything tells me that I should be looking to long on pullback, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. So if we do somehow get below here, right, then we look into here for support. I would be amazed if we came back below all-time high, the previous all-time high of 20K, for any significant period of time. Maybe it's a wick, maybe it's a fucking, a flash crash, but I don't expect any sort of significant amount of time spent below the previous all-time high. If for some reason that does happen, I don't know. I would have to reevaluate everything I think about the market right now. I'm super bullish. So this would be a nice little pullback to long, right? That's the game plan for now. Pull back here, long it hard. What would be ideal for altcoins, because I know a lot of people want to trade alts, is this to form some sort of range, right? If we can see some sideways price action on Bitcoin, that's going to be your best environment to see alts run. If we do this and just leg up to 30,000 plus and then beyond, alt BTC ratios are going to get smacked. As much as many of them look like this right now, and we're seeing this. So everyone is going, alt season is here, alt season is starting. Maybe it is, right? But I want to see this. Then I'm getting really excited. All of them look like a fucking downtrend still. And we're just in this potential, kind of up part of the downtrend. So everyone's getting excited. I'm telling you right now, if Bitcoin remains super bullish and it has like a dump here, we'll see some alts pop, right? Like Ethereum and shit, which Maine has had you bullish on Ethereum way before any of these fucking clowns. Literally 4 days ago, we dumped to like 550. I said I'm buying. People are going, hey, where's all the sub 600 F buyers? Da, 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 da. Now we're at 680. Everyone's like, I'm fucking long Ethereum. It's going to 1,000, right? It's like CT never changes. The sentiment never changes. All of them are fucking retarded. Pardon my French. So to me, if this happens, this scenario where we pull back and then we get bought right back up, like basically this, right? That kind of move. Any of these pullbacks where we've had a pullback, right? And then just rallied hard, alts are going to get smoked, right? I would not be surprised at all if this happens, we push to 30K and beyond, that we see FBTC make new lows, Link BTC make new lows, Litecoin BTC make new lows, and everything gets fucked. And it may hold up in dollar value, right? The USD value may hold up. Right? But the actual SAT value, which is what you want to focus on, will get smoked. What you want to see for alts to run, ideally, is weakness or at least sideways on Bitcoin. Again, right? It's part of the fraction. If you're trading an alt versus Bitcoin, that denominator matters. If that denominator is on a fucking mad tear to $50,000, your alts versus Bitcoin, for the most part, are going to get smacked. There's rare occasions where LTC, for example, for a few days was outperforming Bitcoin, right? But the LTC Bitcoin fraction, that alt pair was bullish, right? So then it makes sense to be in that. But for most of these alts that many people are holding and DMing me about, all of the Bitcoin pairs look like shit and Bitcoin looks super strong, right? So what are you doing? Right? You're better off being in Bitcoin. If your shitcoin that you're in, whatever it is not outperforming the Bitcoin on the alt BTC chart, your money would have been better just in Bitcoin. And over the last 3 years, Bitcoin has basically outperformed every single alt, right? So be aware of that. Be careful. All these people screaming for alt season have been screaming for alt season all the way in the downtrend. You've got to remember that. Most of these people have been buying, averaging down, and are getting fucked. And then eventually they get it right, and that's the tweet they're going to retweet, just like I'm going to retweet it, because it's all about the fucking clout on Twitter. I'm guilty of so much of the shit that I preach on here, but the point of these YouTube videos is just to keep it a little more real with you guys. Like, just look at the chart, right? And if the chart is in a downtrend, it's not time yet. You want to be a hero, you want to pick the bottom, go ahead. Way easier to just wait for it to tell you that the bottom is in. So a close like this on Bitcoin, potentially bullish for alts, right? Because that means that in the denominator, that BTC part of the alt transaction is weak. That means that this fraction as a whole, whatever, you got your Ethereum here or whatever, this fraction as a whole has a chance to go up because the denominator is going down and this is either constant or increasing in value, right? That's how fractions work. That's like grade 5 math or whatever it is, but like that, it works the exact same here. It's no different than Euro USD looking at the dollar when you're comparing that pair, right? So what we want to see for alt season or just for an alt run is you want to see some sort of correction on Bitcoin and then maybe some sort of range. The most bullish situation for alts right now, in my opinion, would be for Bitcoin to pull back and then range. If that happens, if we can get a range for a few weeks, maybe even a month, we're going to see a lot of alts do this, okay? start breaking market structure higher, right? And that doesn't mean that Bitcoin's done, right? But then when this thing pulls back, now we're putting in a higher low. We're starting to see some bullish price action for the long term for these pairs. Because right now, as far as we're concerned, and I'll show you the F chart, right? We could just be in this part here, right? And if Bitcoin does this, this is just going to go like that, okay? So hopefully that rant just made sense there. I don't fucking know. So the daily just closed on Bitcoin. That's a pretty nasty wick. Like I said, this seems like the most obvious play. So let's see if Bitcoin pulls back here, and let's see what happens to fucking alts when it does that. Right? At the end of the day, Bitcoin is the king. Bitcoin dominance is still super strong. And if it continues to go up, Bitcoin continues to go up, I'm expecting more pain in alts. I absolutely want F to bottom. I've been tweeting about F being bullish and Litecoin being bullish. I'm in those coins. Of course, I want them to fucking go up. But you got to pay attention to the chart and just do what the fucking chart says at the end of the day. So let's see if we get this. So let's really quickly talk about where we were last week. I know I did my video on like Monday or Tuesday because I was out of town. So we were here, okay, and we were watching this breakdown. We talked about this swing low running, right, these lows here. Then we were pushing up, and I basically said, okay, this swing from here to here, right, we're retesting, and is this going to be a lower high, or are we going to actually continue higher? And here's a very neat little trick that you can implement in your trading to get an idea of if we're putting in a lower high or a lower low, or if we're actually going to see continuation of the trend. So using your fib, I talked about this in the last video. I said we need to see on Bitcoin a close through 23,815. Go back and watch the video to see more upside. I said if we stay below 23,815, which is the 0.79 fib of this move here, okay, into this bearish order block, I was expecting this. But I said if we get, and then, you know, a higher low eventually, but I was expecting downside. But the confluences for the bulls were this sweep, right? One attempt here, and then a second attempt. We had a small rejection, and then we closed through. This is a 4-hour fib pull, 4-hour chart, 4-hour order block. So I'm looking for a 4-hour candle close. So once we got that candle close through the 0.79 here, that was your trigger, and I wasn't paying attention here. This was literally on Christmas, so I was hanging out with my girlfriend watching stupid fucking Santa movies. I'm not even fucking Christian. I'm Jewish, for fuck's sakes. Hanukkah's already over, motherfucker. Once we got that candle close through 23,815, that's your signal to flip long. Right? So where is your long trigger now? So we got the close on this candle right here. Look at the very next fucking candle. Is that not a perfect SR flip of this order block? Is that not also a perfect SR flip of this order block, or perfect SR touch on this order block right here? That's a long, right? If I'm in front of my screen, that's a long. You zoom in, right? If you're not buying this, you absolutely need to be buying this. Okay? So if you don't buy this dump here, this wick, right? This is an hourly candle. We got the close through here, right? For soon as we got that on the H4, you long a pullback, right? If I pull my fib from here to here, what do you think shows up? Right? Right into the OTE, right into your 7-9 fib, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So if you're not buying this, you have to buy this SR flip. Because we're now flip bull. We got the bullish close through the level of interest. Now, this is your aggressive buy, right? This is bullish market structure already on the H1, right? You need to be looking to long pullbacks into bullish order blocks or bullish breakers, which is what this is, right? So if you're not buying this, right, you absolutely buy this SR flip. We just made a new high, higher low, right? Higher high. You need to be buying here. You need to be buying this consolidation. You can even zoom in on this, and you're going to have an ascending, or you're going to have a little triangle pattern, right? You know what works great in fucking bull trends is these little fucking triangles, right? These work fucking awesome in bull markets. You want to know why? Because they always fucking break up, right? You need to be buying in this consolidation, right? You have to. The market structure was there. The premise was there with the key high time frame level flip. Everything was lining up that's a long. Unfortunately, like I said, I was watching some stupid fucking Santa movie. But that was the premise from the video on Tuesday. I said if we get a close through 23,815, you can go back and rewatch it. That's a long all day. And so you got a perfect retest there, and then obviously we see further extension to the upside here. The exact same thing played out on ETH. So I'm going to go over Ethereum next. I'm going to go over Ethereum USD. We'll also go over the Bitcoin pair, and we can kind of elaborate even more on the alt-BTC relationship that I've been kind of harping on. But I'm going to check the chat real quick here. But hopefully this makes sense in terms of why we saw continuation up after this little structure break here. And then also, I hope that this part makes sense in terms of, okay, well, what are we looking for now? Pretty nasty daily close. The obvious answer is let's see if we get a pullback to here, and let's look for a long in here, obviously. Okay. Buying ETH at 700 seems not right. Yeah, buying ETH at 700 to me seems more right than buying ETH at fucking 80. How weird is that? Hi, Maine. Which Canadian broker would you recommend for trading U.S. stocks day trading? Hey, Jason. So Canadians can use Thinkorswim. I don't know if you want to trade with leverage. I don't know if you want to get into options, but Thinkorswim is an option. I do believe you need a minimum of either 10K or 25K, though, to use that platform, so keep that aware. If you're just looking to buy stocks and hold them, Wealthsimple is a good option. But if you want options trading, leveraged, trading, being able to take advantage of leverage, you're going to want to use something like a Thinkorswim or a Quest Trade. Those would be some options for you. Where can you see OI data? There's a lot of different websites that you can do that. Just type in on Google crypto Bitcoin OI data. You want to look at the main exchanges, BitMEX, FTX, Binance, things like that. OI just means open interest. What is your take on polls? I'll take a look at it. Only ballers stream in 1440p. You're goddamn right. I spent fucking $3,000 on this computer. It better be 1440p. Increase your text size a lot in the browser. Control plus. I don't want to increase my text size. I like my text size. Sushi still looking strong. Share.cryptowatch. I'm sorry, Evan. I'll take a look at sushi. I will never click a link that you guys drop in the box, man. I'm too paranoid. ETH going crazy. ETH is going crazy. USD can also go down while the ratio can go up. Absolutely. How do you decide if an OB is valid or not? There's rules, right, for drawing the OB, and you only know once it fucking works, right? I mean, when price, comes into the OB, it's either going to respect it or it's not, right? Everyone will always ask me, how do you know price is going to hold there? I don't, right? This is just something I've used and done countless times, and when it works, and when it doesn't work, I know what to do, right? So, if you're thinking, hey, how do I know this OB is going to hold? You don't know. This might not hold. This could literally do this, right? You don't. But if I'm buying here and my stop is here, if I'm wrong, I'm fucking wrong. And if I'm right, I'm fucking right. Simple as that. If this, then that. That is all trading is. Hello, Maine. Good to see another stream. Thanks, Bernardo. Thanks for tuning in, homie. Yo, Trader XB, what's going on, man? You still rolling on the molly or what, bro? He's popped the molly. He's sweating. AR says, well, people assume alt rally will reoccur as 2017, but institutions are not interested in buying BTC and not interested to altcoins, so cycle is different. Yeah, I think that's a valid point, right? I don't think there's an institutional appetite for fucking sushi coin or some other fucking shit coin that you're probably in. I think the smart money is going to be in Ethereum. It's going to be in Litecoin. It's going to be in, coins that institutions can easily get their hands on and have already proven that they're buying, right? Most alts are just an instrument that allows, these institutions, these large players, to take money from you. and from other people to transfer money from you to them. So to me, altcoins should be used as a means to acquire more Bitcoin and nothing else. But yeah, it could be different than 2017. It's impossible to know for sure. Obviously, the consensus on Twitter is that it's going to be bigger and better than 2017. Who fucking knows? I do think alts will run, absolutely. But you need to look historically at when alts run, and it's generally not when Bitcoin is outperforming them. Buy pressure on BTC is so high. Do you think the move will be quick and violent? Yeah, I mean, look at most of the dips that have happened in this entire run have been completely retraced within like a few days up to a max of like a week. Outside of like, this correction here, right, and this correction here, all of these little dips are bought up almost instantaneously, right? So you got to be finger on the trigger. Like, this is an area that you have limit orders, in my opinion, if you're not watching. CJA says, does it make more sense to wait for Bitcoin to pull back, buy BTC again, then buy alt? I mean, that's up to you, man. I don't know. Are you sitting in Tether or are you sitting in Bitcoin right now? I have no idea what your portfolio looks like, so I can't really tell you what to do, nor do I want to tell you what to do. Get into charts that look bullish and try and acquire as much Bitcoin as possible is what I think you should do. This is exactly how the 1 hour FUSD structure looks right now. Is your girl a Shiksa? My girl is a Shiksa, but she's willing to convert. FBTC though. Ample. Thanks, GTA's on point. Thanks, homie. What do you think about the huge CME gap? Don't care about it at all. Can you review XLM? F at 698. Tots, thanks for tuning in, man. Yes, streams always replayable. They always stay on my YouTube forever. Okay, let's go over Ethereum. Remember, guys, I tweeted this shit out. Like, I'm all over it. I don't know what's going on Twitter, man. Like, my engagement is definitely weaker than it used to be. I used to get fucking so many likes. Now there's other accounts taking all my likes. Those sons of bitches. Just kidding. But I've been fucking on it, man, for a while. I've been on it. I was talking about ETH when we were at 400 and 500. Everyone's talking about ETH now at 700, being like, it's going to 800. It's like, yeah, no shit. So I tweeted this out. This is literally fucking 5 days ago. Not even. 4 days ago. 5 days ago. This dip just below 22K. This dip to like 560. And this dip to like 95. This one's hit. This one is hit. This will hit next. So I've been on it. I've been pretty consistent about what I've been doing on Twitter in terms of, buying alts, buying Bitcoin, being bullish on Litecoin. I tweeted out like a week ago that I was more bullish on Litecoin in the near term over Bitcoin and over Ethereum. And that worked out really well, right? This worked out really well because until today, Litecoin has absolutely smashed Ethereum, right? Like if you look at LTCF, until today, right, where's the smart money been? The entire month of December, you would have been better. Everyone's yelling about Ethereum. You should have been in fucking Litecoin, right? You can do this with any fucking pair, right? It doesn't have to be an alt or a BTC. You can compare an alt to another altcoin, right? So as much as everyone's screaming about ETH, right, maybe, Sushi might outperform ETH. This chart looks like it might pump, right? You can look up, what's another fucking coin? XRP ETH, right? Better to be in ETH than XRP. Better to be in almost anything than XRP at this point. But, so it's just a fraction, right? And you need to put your money where the strength is. If the fraction is bearish, your money is better in the denominator. If the fraction is bullish, your money is better in the numerator. It doesn't matter what the denominator and the numerator are, whether it's BTC USD or it's FBTC or it's LTC ETH, right? It does not fucking matter. It's just a fraction, right? Just a fraction. Okay? So Ethereum looking super fucking strong, obviously. I mean, I've been bullish Ethereum for fucking ages. If you've been watching my streams for a while, we've been super consistent on Ethereum in terms of where it's going, We've mapped out all of the fucking levels. Look at that pullback, even got caught right there. This is going to 810 and more likely going to 1100 in the near future. So I'm super bullish on ETH. I think everyone is now. Obviously, maybe they're a little late to the fucking party. But Ethereum is going to continue to fly, in my opinion. I have no doubts about that. But you have to be aware that until very recently, right? Like, as much as this looks great, right? You know what also everyone thought also was alt season? Was this. Everyone thought this was alt season too, right? Everyone thought this was alt season, right? So it doesn't matter, right? Like, until literally these last 2 days, okay, because this is now bullish, you're getting smoked being in ETH versus Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin pushes to like 33K, guess what this is going to do? It's going to do that. And all these fucking people are going to be fucked. And maybe the USD value goes to 800 because Bitcoin is so strong, but you would have been better off being in Bitcoin if this makes another lower low, right? So you've got to keep that in mind, right? So yes, ETH looks good right now. The USD value is pumping. This is pumping. But up until the last 2 days, if your money was in Ethereum in the month of December, you're underperforming Bitcoin drastically. Right? So Bitcoin's going up 8%, Ethereum's going up 4%, right? Like, you're getting smoked. So all these people who have been shilling F, right? They lost SAT value pretty much the entire month of December except for the last 2 days. Just remember that, right? So don't listen to anyone on Twitter, basically, me included. Make your own fucking decisions using the fucking chart. All right? So let's look at Ethereum Bitcoin, or Ethereum USD. So, I mean, this chart I've had forever. I posted this a while ago. I basically had these two key levels of 570, which just come from the weekly chart here. I'm just going to delete everything real fucking quick. I had these two key levels on Ethereum, and I said as soon as we get a strong close over 620, which we got right here, I said we're going to 810, which I got from right here. Okay? Just using those three levels, right? So we came up in here, we rejected, we consolidated, we ranged. There's your weekly close through 620, okay? You don't need to buy the break. So there's a couple ways you can play this. First of all, let me explain. So on the weekly, if you just want to play the breakout, 620 is the weekly key level. So as soon as we get a weekly key close through there, you can just long the fucker and just ride it to the next target. You don't have to wait for a pullback, just like I explained on Bitcoin here, right? So when you got the H4 close through this level, you could literally long it on the close. Your stop goes below the candle that broke the level, which is here, okay? So you long the close, and yeah, you're in drawdown for a bit, right? But you never get stopped out, you know, and you had an easy 2-hour trade at the very minimum. You've got a 2-hour trade here, if not more, right? If you would have waited for the pullback, you get a better entry. Exact same shit goes here for Ethereum that I just explained. So you could have just longed this weekly close right here, okay? Stop below the breakout candle. In this instance, you get stopped out, okay? So that trade wouldn't have worked, which is fine, right? So you would have been like this. This would have been the setup. You would have been stopped out. But as soon as we closed back above, right, you got to be looking to buy. Alternatively, I don't usually take those trades. Alternatively, this is how I would have traded it, right? And how I have traded it. There's your candle that closed through. Now we zoom in. Now we're looking to buy pullbacks, right? We're bullish on the pair. What are you looking to do in an uptrend? It closed through 620 during this week, right? So there's the start of the week. There's the end of the week right there. Why aren't you buying this? Why aren't you rebuying this SR flip here into a bullish order block, right? With your risk right here or right below the order block, with your target being 800, right? That's exactly what I did. So on the 22nd of December, I posted this, right? So this is December 22nd. That's right here. I bought this dip. Here's the reasoning behind it. I'm buying into the order block. I thought it might get front run because I was super bullish on ETH, but it ended up dipping even lower. So I filled more lower. But the exact setup is explained with now not just the tweet, but with market structure as well, right? So we had the key close through 620. Now I'm buying the dip. That's the entire plan. That's exactly what I explained on Bitcoin with the 4-hour chart. This is now using the weekly and the daily instead, right? So your entry is here. Let's say you just bought the top of the order block even. You didn't even buy, you didn't even snipe the lows or anything like that. Your stop goes below the order block or slightly below, and the target is 800, right? That's a easy money trade all fucking day. All these levels were given out. All these levels have been on my Twitter. All these levels have been in my charts for every one of these streams I do on Sunday. But I'm just trying to kind of explain the logic behind it so you guys can see a little more, exactly what I, am doing, right? The weekly close was the trigger to look for longs towards 800. Look what's happened as soon as we got that weekly close, right? Range, a bunch of nothing. As soon as we get the close through, this thing is going to teleport. It's going to 800, right? So that's the Ethereum play from right here. So I explained Bitcoin, I explained Ethereum, I'll explain Litecoin next. But overall, I'm still super bullish on this. I do think we go to 810 and beyond. I think we probably do something like this, right? Is probably my expectation for Ethereum, but we've been tracking this one since like $400 doing these streams, and it's been going super fucking well. So I'm super bullish on this still to go higher. Obviously, you still got to pay attention to what Bitcoin is doing and pay attention to what the BTC pair looks like, yada, 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 right? So FBTC, again, this is from the very first Ethereum and Chill stream. I drew out this arrow when we were trading up here in August. I said I expect us to come and retest this order block and then eventually to come up and retest this area. Okay, go back to the very first stream that I did of these and I drew this out, and that's exactly what's happening here, right? So I dropped this as well on Twitter. I don't even remember when. Yeah, I made it on Wall Street fucking bets, guys, and I made it on like shitty advice for life, and it got like 50,000 fucking upvotes. Insane. Where is it? Here we go. Oh, look. Well, look at this. 2 weekly charts for you. Let's see. F is at 639. LTC was at 92. Smashed this target. Then I added more lines. I said 154 is next. So keep an eye on that. Here we go. December 22nd. Keep in mind this is the monthly chart, but we put in a higher low here. S starts to outperform BTC. UST pair looks good. I bought the dip below 600, coming into a bit of resistance now. If it pulls back, I'll look to compound. Invalidation on BTC aping way higher. So boom, we're into the monthly order block. This ended up dipping down to here, but still held its structure, right? It dipped a little lower and then it launched. So but it literally is all fucking good, right? This is just a monthly order block. Look at how deep we've dipped into this motherfucker. And if you remember from the last video, right? So we've dipped really deep into this thing, putting in a nice lower wick. And then if you remember in the last video, I said, this is what I want to see on Ethereum to get bullish. I said, I want to see it move up and I want to see a reclaim of this. So we ended up trading lower because Bitcoin made another leg higher. But now we're coming right into this area of interest here, right? So if we can see a flip of this, then yeah, I'm going to be super bully on F because I think we will go and take out all of these highs here, right? So if we can get a little flip here, right, happening here, I think that looks pretty good for a leg up on FBTC. And this is just the exact chart I had 4 or 5 days ago. Nothing has really changed. I feel like we've been super on point, consistent with this shit, right? So here's where I'm watching right here, okay? Want to see us flip here because again, if Bitcoin makes another leg up tomorrow, like let's say Bitcoin goes to 30K tomorrow, this is gonna go like this. It's just the facts. It's just the way math works. Okay, so want to see what happens. Obviously the USD pair is gonna do what the USD pair does. If Bitcoin continues to pump, I expect that to push up. But again, if Bitcoin pumps super hard and this is in a downtrend, your money would be better off in Bitcoin. You've got to realize that correlation. And if this does this, like I said in this tweet, I do think there's a chance that F starts to outperform Bitcoin, right? But if you look at the monthly chart here, the weekly chart, you know, there's only a few weeks of time. You know, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, let's call it, where ETH outperformed Bitcoin, right? Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks where ETH outperformed Bitcoin. Couple weeks here, couple weeks in here, right? This is starting to bottom for sure. That's been the plan always. But for the most part, right, you know, over the last 3 years, Bitcoin's outperformed ETH, right? This has been in a downtrend and looked like shit. So you just got to know that when you're trying to maximize your portfolio, get more Satoshis, you need to understand that fucking relationship. And I don't think most people do. Like, most people have no fucking idea what the fuck they're talking about. So, FBTC looks good, man. I'm bullish. I think everyone's right. You know, as much as everyone is bullish, I think they have a right to be. You know, if this can hold this monthly order block, this thing is gonna fly. You know, the only bearish thing I see potentially is these little lows right here, right? So, you know, if Bitcoin continues to chad, right? So if Bitcoin continues to push way higher and show a ton of strength, I would not be surprised if FBTC came for these lows. But I would like to believe that the bottom is getting put in and it's a good time to be bullish. But all I did for this analysis, for all the trades I've made over the last month, look at the high time frame, buy bullish order blocks. That's it. Main focus has been being long Bitcoin. You know, here's our weekly close. This is a pretty bullish looking weekly close, right? Nice long lower wick right into support. You know, even came and retested these levels right here. Look at that. Right? Retest these old highs pretty much. So this looks good, but now I need to see bullish price action. And I look at the H4, that's where I'm watching. I'm watching this little zone right here. I just want to see us clear that. If we can clear that, I'm going to get way more excited about ETH. Not that I'm not excited already. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, fuck ETH. Like, I'm long ETH a lot. I want it to go up. So if it does this, right, then we're coming for these fucking highs here, right? And then the ETH, not just that BTC pair is going to look good, but the ETH USD pair is going to look even better. It's going to go to 800 and beyond. So looking good, looking good. Feeling pretty happy. So, yeah. What else we got? That's ETH and that's Bitcoin covered. We're about 50 minutes in. We're doing good. I feel like this is more efficient than I normally am. Okay. Looking forward to ETH BTC analysis. I used a reclaim of 0.26 as my justification to move some Bitcoin into ETH. Smart man, right? Reclaim a key level here, right? Which is essentially your level is right where my level is, essentially, right? A little bit earlier. Perfect example, right? So, I mean, if we can see this happening, see this SR flip, it's going to look good. It's going to look good. I'm retweeting this shit, motherfuckers. I don't care. 53 likes is an abomination. It's a fucking joke. I need the dopamine, guys. I need the fucking clout tokens. Give me the clout tokens. Ethereum. I know I say it wrong. I like ETH, not Ethereum. Ethereum sounds fucking whack. ETH589. Don't know what that means. Why were you targeting 140 on LTC? Very simply, 140 is this previous high. Simple as that, right? So targeting this previous high and then obviously beyond. But it's as simple as that. Look how easy this fucking was. I didn't get in here. I got in later, but look at this. How are we not all fucking buying the shit out of that? Why? Why? Why are we not all buying the motherfucking shit out of that thing right there? That's the real question. But yeah, just literally targeting this old swing high, right? Because that's going to be at least temporary resistance right there. And you can see pinged right into it, a little bit of a pullback. Like, if this day goes how it's looking, like, it looks like everything is just going to be green on fucking Monday. I don't know. It's just, this run is nuts. Like, it's, like, this is very fucking crazy. Like, if you haven't been in crypto for very long, like, this is it. Like, this was not it. This is fucking it. This is looking like this shit. Right? This is looking like fucking... This is looking like this shit right here. Like, it looks like we are... The dream is that we are in this. Right? The dream is this. We're in this big correction and then another massive parabolic fucking... Like, look at that. Right? Like, it's crazy. I can't even comprehend it. Like, I don't know. This shit is fucking insane. I love this market. But you look, right? Like, this is just literally went straight up forever. For literally like 2 years. Right? Just parabolic, 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 parabolic. What you hope is we're not here, right? I don't want to be in this part of the leg yet. I want to be in like one of these earlier parabolic legs. But there's no time frame that you look at this on and it doesn't look absolutely nuts, right? The logarithmic scale makes it look a little more less crazy, right? A little more sustainable. But this is buy every fucking dip until proven otherwise. I don't know. I still see a couple fucking idiots on Twitter posting like 8K targets. I don't know. If that comes through, fuck. We're all fucking retards. But I don't know. I just, like, this is just so bullish, man. I don't know why you would be fighting this trend. Like, I understand this. I understand this here, fighting it. Because COVID, you know, huge crash. Maybe this is going to make a lower high. But once we flipped this area here, right? Once we flipped 10.5, why are you fighting this trend anymore, right? Is the real question. So, I mean, this looks like it's just going to continue to fucking chad like there's no tomorrow. Look at this. Like, watch. Imagine just another fucking green day. Holy shit. Okay. Do you own spot? When do you plan on selling? Yes, I own spot. I'm not planning on selling anytime soon. I'll tweet about it when I start selling spot, but to me, you know, this is the start of a bull market. I have no intention of selling Bitcoin at these fucking prices. You know, maybe if we start getting to like 30, 40, 50K, you know, the problem that you risk, right, is like I took profit, you know, on some spot here, expecting a large correction, and then we just continue to chad, then I'm buying back in higher, right? Like, there's so much risk trying to pick the top. Like, wait for some sort of clear reaction. You want to know how this was the top? Is this, right? You saw a huge dump, right? Lower high. Now you start, like, you cash the fuck out of the remainder. But once it's gone parabolic for fucking months and months and months, you take some off the table. I mean, you got to have predefined levels in my mind, right? Whether it's at 10,000, every 10,000, every $20,000 increment where you start taking some off. At the end of the day, you want to pay yourself. But I don't think this is done yet. I think this has a lot more juice. So I'm not looking to sell yet. I'm not thinking about that quite yet. I don't see why you would, right? I think that, you know, this still looks good. Just with all of the hype starting just now. We're at 26K and now we're hearing about all these institutions buying in. Now we're hearing a little bit about the media and, you know, the hype. That's what happened like at 10K last time. So I think this has more juice. I wouldn't worry about it yet. I think ETH is doing almost exactly what you said about Bitcoin before it ascended. Yeah, possible for sure. I'm very smart, so I wouldn't be surprised. Any thoughts on CME ETH futures in February? Will they rape it? I don't know. I mean, there's the narrative that, you know, as soon as they launched the CME futures on Bitcoin, we saw a bear market. I think that's a fucking meme. I don't think, you know, correlation naturally, you know, makes causation in this instance. But possible. But I don't know. I think we're gonna remain bullish. I think the market timing and the lead up to it is different this time. This time it's different, bro. 1 inch pump. What are your views on DOT? Daily looking juicy, breaking out of consolidation. I've heard a lot of good things about DOT. My friends have told me to buy DOT, so I have a bag of DOT. I'm happy to go over it. I think I have it charted here. I could have sworn I had fucking levels on these motherfuckers. What the fuck? Damn, damn. Oh my god. Oh my god. Raping my eyeballs. I'll go over DOT. I'll go over DOT. Sure. F going for it. FBTC going for it. .M. Don't know what that means. Well, can we look at DXY to get your thoughts on structure? Possible swipe of the lows. Dix enormous is up in USD. Do you move your stops now that price is much higher? Absolutely. Thank you, man. Gaining a lot from you. I'm a Twitter follower. Didn't know about your YouTube channel. Thanks a lot. God bless. Thank you so much, Raza. That's very nice of you. I always forget to pay attention to candle closes. Candle closes are super important, right? So if I'm looking at a weekly level, a daily level, an H4 level, I want to know where that candle closes on that relative time frame, right? So on F, the 620 level was weekly. Once we got a weekly close through, boom, we're fucking bullish. F mooning. Thoughts on one edge. F has literally gone from 680 to 710 in this stream, right? In this stream, like this is a bull market. This is what happens. That's an SR flip. Like that's a fucking buy, right? You can buy that all fucking day. I bet you this is about a 50% fib right here. Right into the 50, clear SR flip, boom, right? You need to be looking for these types of setups. This is why you got to be locked in, right? Go on the 15-minute chart. Don't really see a super clear setup here that I would have longed, but that hourly SR flip was super clean, right? And now what happens if we do this, right? So if we go a little higher here, right, or even from here, why aren't you buying this? It's a bull market, bro. Buy pullbacks, right? This is a low time frame scalp, right? But this exact setup just played out on our stream here. There's your SR, right? Your key order block, right? So, oops. Test 1, test 2, test 3, sends it down. Absolutely rapes it on the way back up. Why are you not looking to buy the dip, bro? Why am I not looking to buy the dip? Because I'm here talking for you guys. But these are when volatility is going crazy, these types of setups are going to be all over the place, right? So now's the perfect time to be fucking, locked in, looking at the charts, looking to get in some trades. What do you think of BNB? What do you think about the Uber stock? I think my friend got a really long time ago F for 0.2, about 100. Wow. Nice buy. FBTC, look at the daily. If we close above prior low, we go high. Yeah. How high will F go? No fucking idea. Through all-time high, right? I expect F to make a new all-time high eventually. But Bitcoin could go to 50K before F goes to all-time high, right? So something to be aware of. It's all going to come down to that FBTC pair. What levels should we look at if we want to re-enter F? My TP was $700. Okay, well, if we're looking here, right? If you're out of F now, I don't really know why. To me, we're not into an area to take profit yet. This leg looks like it's just starting, right? But this is where I'm looking at as resistance here. You could argue even here. So, something like this perhaps. going on here? Something like this. I don't know if you'll get it, but if you do, right, this would be a long. So that'd be something to watch. But yeah, I wouldn't have TP'd yet. No reason to TP in my opinion. I think this is a magnet for price. I think we go higher still. Thank you, Tots. I'll take, so far I've got, I didn't forget about you guys at the start. Okay, so we're going to look at, we're going to look at polls, POLS we'll look at. We'll take a look at Ample. We'll take a look at XLM. We'll take a look at DOT. We'll take a look at Sushi. And we'll take a look at 1 inch. That sounds good to kind of finish up the stream here over the last hours. Okay, sounds like I'm saying meth. Yeah, meth and eth are very similar. Both are addictive as fuck, and you only try them once. What's good, Carmen? How you doing, man? Fuck clout. Only sats and USD matters. I agree, man. Fuck clout, but I also need the dopamine, so please like my fucking tweets. I just jizzed my pants. Okay, maybe go change those, my guy. I'm doing good, Carmen, man. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Any specific reason you don't use a log chart? I don't need to use a log chart. I don't think it is relevant to the type of trading that I do. I think the log chart can be, especially when the market is bearish, it can be a little bit of like a coping mechanism to be like, it's not that bad. I don't know. Never really used the log chart. Not sure how it would add any value to what I do. But, you know, I think it would work the exact same. You know, if I turn the log chart on here, it doesn't change where my levels are coming from and how price interacts with them, right? Still the exact same fucking shit here. SR flips, boom, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just changed what the chart fucking looks like, I guess. Dude, not to be rude, I can't concentrate on your technical analysis because of your massive muscular neck. Thank you so much, man. I've been fucking going hard in the gym. And I literally do 0 neck exercises. I think it's just from fucking like from squatting and from deadlifts and fucking shoulder press and bench press, I guess. I've always had a little bit of a thick neck, and then getting really into the fucking working out, I think it's just ballooned to unimaginable sizes, and I need to find a way to grow my face to make up for my massive neck. That's so nice. I'm blushing over here. If you're in early days of 2017, wouldn't that put us on the S2F target, prox 100K? Maybe, right? I mean, if we hit that S2F target, you know, like Binance and shit are going to be insufferable, but yeah, it's definitely possible. Simply Gains, dude, those traps. You must have heavy bags of vaults to get those sick traps. Yeah, dude, I'm just carrying fucking XRP bags and doing shoulder shrugs with them to just get fucking yoked. You look smarter here than Twitter. Why so Twitter serious? I don't know if that's a compliment or if I should be offended, but I'm gonna take it as a compliment. Thank you. Theta BTC. Twitter's more of just like a whatever the fuck, right? Here I like, you know, it's easier to communicate in this medium. I would way rather do YouTube videos all the time than fucking post tweets. So hard to articulately, you know, condense my thoughts to, you know, whatever, 240 characters and say what I'm trying to say. I could do threads and shit. I feel like most people don't read threads. I'd way rather do a video. I think this is a way better way to communicate. I think my thoughts come across more cohesive and succinct, even though these videos are always 2 hours long. But Theta, we'll look at Theta as well. How did you learn all of the ICT process? Did you watch all the content and backtest? That's exactly what I did. I learned from ICT. I learned from Trader SZ. So if you if you want to learn from someone, check out Trader as Zed. Tell him I sent you. He'll give you the special main treatment. But yeah, then back test, spend time in the charts, lost a bunch of fucking money. How you do. No close below the 0.5 on the M15 for Eth. Possible. Let's see. Let's see what Well You Know has to say here. I mean, do you buy this dip here? Is that the dip and that's the leg, or is this the one right here, boys? Let's see. Let's see if we get this live. I don't know. Marginally higher high, but that could be your long. AMRN, you know anything of that? Never heard of it. But S start dumping on FBTC, BTC 50K, FBTC stable, the dream. Your boy Chase NL called the 672 pullback, so we nailed it thanks to the link up. Yeah, Chase is an absolute beast. What is your feel for the market compared to 2017? To me, breaking 10K was like breaking 1K. 20K feels like 3K. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I still think we're early in the cycle. Like, I don't think breaking this all-time high is like breaking 10K last time. I still think we have months to go, not weeks, right? Like, if we broke 10, if breaking 20K was like breaking 10K, we'd be hitting our new all-time high in the coming weeks, and then it'd be over. Because, November we broke 10K, end of December we topped. So I think it's more, we're still earlier in the cycle. I agree with you. Take a look at the love of your life, EOS. EOS is like a fucking a very bad short marriage that I regret with my entire being. I came out of it with more money, but I don't feel good about myself. Why? EOS is a perfect example of what I was talking about. So while I'm sitting in EOS USD, I ended up buying. This is a perfect example for what I'm talking about. Okay, I ended up buying EOS here, okay? This entire area. I held it through this, right? Held it all the way through here, and then sold into this, okay? Why was this terrible? I made about 30% on my portfolio of EOS, like of what I had bought. I made about 30%, which is pretty good. But over multiple months, I'm holding this fucking shitcoin, and if you look, what was this doing that entire fucking time? Right? I would have been better off just holding Bitcoin. Right? So when I bought EOS, I was thinking that this might have been the bottom. As you can see, it was not. It was just a bearish retest, essentially, of this level, and then continued down. So this should have been my trigger to get the fuck out of EOS. But instead, I held it, and there's a lot of opportunity cost lost in having that money tied up. I thought it was going to outperform. It didn't. All I needed to do was take my own advice and look at the fucking Bitcoin chart, the EOS Bitcoin chart that is, and I would have fucking realized I was wrong. Alright, I'm going to go pee real quick. I drank a ton of water at the gym, so I just got to fucking rip a quick piss. I'll be right back. the fuck? Can we? No? What the fuck is this? Holy fuck, just unloaded the fire hose there, boys. I assume there's no fucking girls watching this. Let's be fucking honest here. Who the fuck? What kind of female is watching this goddamn bullshit? Okay, so I think we're through the chat. BNB, I'll add that as well. What do you think about F the next few hours? Scalping it? Yeah, fucking, it's going up, right? So I would be looking to long dips. Find bullish market structure and long dips. Have your key levels. We just made a key 1 hour SR flip here. I would expect more upside. Right? So I'm expecting more upside on F. If you're scalping it, the bias is up. I'll do BNB. Okay. Chase says ETH as well, so I'm starting to. ETH sounds whack. Ethereum. I'll give Vitalik a call. We'll see what he says. You should try and switch between BTC F during historical cycles. You're looking like a thumb, bro. Thanks, Maury. Fuck. That's what I'm saying. I need to find a way to get my head bigger to make up for my fucking huge neck. Struggling to get past the way your chair makes it look like you have a mullet. Suits you, man. Oh my god. I'm getting crushed in this video. This is what happens. You put face cam on and people just start fucking bullying you for your appearance. Steroids will make your jaw bigger if you want a bigger face. Is that true? See, I used to have a good looking jaw to neck ratio when I was skinny, right? But now I got this thick ass neck and my face is the same size. I swear my fucking neck is gonna engulf my entire face soon. I'm just gonna be one of those fucking guys like this. How do you deal with constantly getting cucked when you start trading? It's been chopping me up. Great question, man. It's kind of unavoidable. You're gonna lose money. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna miss trades. You're gonna fuck shit up. Look, this shit's gonna make another leg up right now. You can't get around it. There's no avoiding it. You just gotta understand that it's the cost of doing business, right? Losing money is part of the game. I call it like the tuition that you pay to go and learn and like go to school. It's the tuition you pay to the market, right? So one good thing to do, like let's say that you were gonna long this, right? Let's just go here. Okay, let's say you were gonna long this SR flip here, okay? So you had your entry here, okay? Let's say you just long here. Let's assume you don't get stopped out or anything crazy, right? And then your target on this trade's 800, okay? So you get filled. So when I'm doing this, when I first started trading, how I would handle this is all three of these orders are in at the start, okay? So I'm entered. As soon as I enter, I put in a stop. I put in a take profit. I now do not touch the fucking thing. Right? I do not touch it until it either stops me out or until it goes to take profit. That's going to help you avoid getting chopped up, because what happens if this happens, right? And then you cut it, right? Because you're like, oh, it's not going, and then it does this. You're going to be fucking livid, right? Or what happens if it goes like this, right? And then you're like, no, I missed TP. I'm just going to take it off here, and that does this, right? So, or yeah, it comes down here, right? And it does this, and then it goes to here, let's say, right? And then you don't close it, right? And then it goes like this, and then it goes like this, and now you're closing here. So having those orders in and set in stone, that'll help you trust your kind of plan more a little bit, right? You'll stop fucking about with the trade, cutting too early, getting greedy. That will definitely help. But at the end of the day, it just takes time. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take reps. It's gonna take chart time to kind of get locked in and get in a place where you know where your edge is, right? Like maybe your edge is in a trending market or a ranging market, right? So it's gonna take time, but a good thing to do is lock those orders in, right? And that way you can't fucking cuck yourself exiting early. Like I'm guilty of this all the fucking time. I took some profit on Christmas because I'm like hanging with my girlfriend. The market was pumping like crazy. I was like, I'm gonna take some profit on some fucking positions without sitting down and looking at the chart. None of these profit taking levels were levels that I had mapped out in advance. And none of them, there was no reason really to take profit other than just kind of being like a little bit of FOMO, seeing the market go up, not being locked in on screen. I'm like, fuck it. I still made money, but then the market pumped another 10% the next day, right? You know, so I kind of cucked myself. It still happens to this day, right? So it's kind of unavoidable, but the more systematic, the more robotic you can be with the entire process, the better, for sure. For sure, for sure. Appreciate that, homie. One of the more real down-to-earth traders I follow and respect on CT. Keep doing you, homie. Don't stop the grind. Hope the girlfriend's doing well. Thank you so much, Carmen. It's good to see you again. Why don't you use diagonals in your TA? Just something I've never really used. Diagonals just denote trend, right? Like, what is a diagonal? Like, what does this mean? It means we're in an uptrend, right? Just not part of my edge. I know lots of people like Loom Dart and other guys that I trade with who use diagonals very fucking well, and it works for them. That's great. It's just not part of my edge. It's the same reason I don't really use RSI or some sort of indicator. It's not my edge. I know what I do works for me. It's horizontals, order blocks, market structure. That's just how I trade. I'm not saying diagonals don't work. It's just not something I personally use. What I use already makes money. It's consistent. Why would I, fuck with it? Did you hear about Joe's myth pump on Binance? The whales pump myth and his team burned 346%. The life hack, you can join his pumps by paying a small fee. Okay, do not listen to what Domain Broker just said. Joe 007 has been shorting Bitcoin since like 6K. Yeah, he's a whale, but he's been on the wrong side of this fucking trend for like a year. So fuck that guy and fuck you for trying to fucking plug some paid group scam in my fucking comments. Don't pay people for pumps and dumps and bullshit. That's fucking garbage. Get the fuck out of here. If Joe's a whale, you really think he's going to take a small fee from people and let them in on their fucking pumps? I bet you Joe 007 on Telegram is not the Joe from Twitter who's actually a whale. It's probably this fucking broke loser who's trying to scam you. So fuck you, dude. Get that shit out of here. I'm putting you in fucking timeout, Domain Broker. How's this sound? I'm going to remove. I'm putting you in timeout. Now you can't even respond. How's that feel? Are you an XHV fan? Absolutely not. RSR, kind of. I got a friend who's pretty bullish on it. The homie Maxime wants to see Cardano. Okay, so let's start going through some more fucking charts. Because I've been talking for what feels like forever. So we'll start at the very start. The first chart that was recommended here, and this is how we'll end the stream. I'm just going to go through all you guys' chart requests here. So the first one was Polls, Polka Starter. Okay, let's see. So I would have liked to have seen this come a little bit deeper, but it's okay. Again, would have loved to have seen this test happen here, but if it curls up from here, I don't hate it. Again, just looking at this very broadly, right? This looks like an uptrend. So not bad. Don't know what this does. Have no fucking clue. I haven't traded on Polnix in years. Jesus Christ. On the daily, very clearly in an uptrend. This looks pretty good to me. This would be a key SR level that I would watch, just that 3-day order blocks right around essentially 0.30 cents. Seems like a pretty good area to pay attention to. You've got this nice little daily order block here that we're kind of retesting and potentially putting in a higher low. So this looks okay to me. I think the clear area of interest is going to be this level right here, right? So if we can see something like this happen, right, that's going to spell out continuation for me. So Overall, think this looks pretty good. I don't know if there's a BTC pair. Doesn't look like it. I don't know. I don't know what this does. There is a wrapped Ethereum version. Again, this looks similarly good. Right? Nice little fucking high or low action in here. So this looks okay to me as well on the Polka Stars wrapped Ether pair. Fine support here, put in a higher low. Don't see why this can't see more upside. All right, I believe someone in here asked for XLM. There it is, XLM Ample. Okay, we'll look at Ample first. Ample fourth. Again, no clue what this fucking thing does. We'll start with the USD pair. USD pair looks okay. Not the greatest chart in the world, but looks okay. Pretty clear. You know, so far it looks like it wants to put in a higher low here, right? So nothing really for me on the weekly here. Not even really anything for me on the 3-day. I'd be going down to about the daily here. What the fuck is that? There's a wick that ruins the chart. Oh god. Oh god. How do they not just delete that shit, right? Fucking delete that shit. I don't want to deal with this. I want to deal with this. Okay, so what's interesting to me about this one here, you know, is we've ran all these lows here, right? So we've ran all these lows here. So anything basically, you know, below this level has been run, not this low. And then we have this little down move here, right? That we kind of wicked into. So this looks okay. Again, this is a very confluent support area, right? So you've got your diagonal support, you've got a SFP, you've got a bullish order block, you've got your key SR, you've got multiple pieces of confluence. This looks okay. Let's see if this thing can kind of get another leg up here. I think an interesting test will be right here. So if this is able to continue to push higher, you know, maybe it gives it a little pullback. This $1.20 level is going to be a key test. If it can clear this area, I don't see why it doesn't go for that high at 170. Okay. Let's look at XLM next, or let's look at this Ample Bitcoin. Obviously, we got to look at the Bitcoin pair. We've got to be fair. So this is the issue, right? So as much as the USD pair looks okay, looks mediocre, the Bitcoin pair looks like hot garbage. I would not touch this thing with a 10-foot pole. Needs to regain that floor before you get any sort of interest in this. So I don't know if you own this thing, if you're looking to buy this thing and you want to sell this bag, right? But until it reclaims that floor that I'd marked out, conveniently enough, we have a key order block form right there. Until it gets above here on the Bitcoin pair, your money's better off in Bitcoin. The Tether pair might do okay, but this is getting absolutely smashed right now. So, yeah, pretty ugly. Let's look at XLM. Let's start with the Bitcoin pair on this one. Let's switch it up. Let's get crazy. So, what I don't like about this is everything. What I do like about it is almost nothing. Can it go lower? Yes. Will it go lower? I don't know. This looks terrible. Like, this looks like a very nasty rejection here, kind of SFP thing. You know, with a nasty, you know, rejection down, complete retrace of this move. So, gotta be careful with something like this. Oops, did not mean to go that low. You know, you look at the daily, this is kind of like an XR, this is reminiscent of XRP in terms of this type of just huge pump. Everyone's like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're going to the moon, and then just complete destruction. So this looks like ass, right? I would not touch this thing until it starts putting in some bullish market structure. You could argue that this is a higher low. You know, you could argue that. But again, I would want to see it start trading above here before I even, because if you get above here, then you have a little bit of thin air between this level and this level, right? And then this will also be a key test is here, right? But I would not really want to touch this thing until it shows some strength. Fuck you, press a button, right? Then when we're in here, then we can kind of see if it's going to show some strength. But for now, you know, this thing looks awful on the Bitcoin pair. Money is better off in Bitcoin. You look at the dollar pair. This looks very similar to XRP. Am I missing something here? This looks very similar to XRP price action. So, you know, we pumped, right? Had a nice pump right into essentially resistance here. And it looks like it wants to retrace most of this move. You know, could form a range here between these two levels. That could be of interest. I think this 10 to 12 cent area is probably a buy on this thing. But again, look at the Bitcoin pair. The Bitcoin pair looks like shit. Your money's just better off being in straight up Bitcoin than this. But, you know, maybe 10 to 12 cents is not a terrible buy. But this looks like fucking shit right now. So would be very careful. Let's quickly go back to ETH here. See if that 15-minute play came out. No, look at that. I told you it was going to break up, right? So it didn't even come back that deep. This is going to make another leg up here. So what I would be doing now, right, is saying, okay, this looks like a new 1 hour order block right here that's formed. So what I'm looking for now on Ethereum, right, is something like this. This would be kind of your trade. Maybe a retest of 700 to 705, but this is obviously super fucking bullish right now. This is up since we started the stream almost $40. Right? Almost $40. We started the stream like right here. So, scalper's paradise, right? Alright, so yeah, XLM looks like fucking garbage. One inch. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know this. I don't know anything about this. Something like an airdrop. It got dropped, and it looks like it's just dumped ever since. Looks like shit. Looks like shit. This would be kind of your area of interest here, I guess, right? If it can flip this, maybe it makes more sense to be in this than Bitcoin. But for now, in this 2 days of existence of this coin, it has pretty much never made more sense to be in this over Bitcoin. Exact same chart. Don't even need to go over anything. Same level right here. Looks like trash. Hope you did not buy it here or something awful like that. DOT. D-O-T. So very similar situation here to, you know, a lot of these coins. This looks like shit, right? This looks like something. This is the 1 inch chart, but instead of over 2 days, it's over 8 months. You know, pump and then just complete wreckage. So, I mean, you're not really super interested in DOT on a high time frame until it gets through here, right? But if you zoom in a little bit, you might be starting to see the signs of a bottom form potentially in this wick, right? So, if I go here, say, okay, this is going to be a key area. If we can flip this, I think that looks pretty good for at least, fuck you, a temporary bottom on DOT, at least up into here, and then we can start talking about higher prices. A lot of highs to run on the way back up, but for now, this thing has been sold to shit, which, you know, could be a reason to get bullish, but you need more than just, you know, it's been sold to shit to get bullish on it. I don't know. Is there an exchange where it's been traded for longer, where I can see more price history? Not really. No. You look at the USD pair. This looks okay. It's been maintaining an uptrend. So, you know, don't hate it too much. Again, need the Bitcoin pair to start performing, right? So, you know, the USD pair will break out and probably follow Bitcoin. You know, you probably just draw one of these fucking things and it'll probably break out and follow Bitcoin. But it doesn't make sense to have your money in here instead of in Bitcoin until this pair starts to look a little more bullish. You can go as low as the H4. As you can see, we have even more price detail here now. We could say, okay, this is your key SR flip now. So it's coming up into this level, rounding off just a little bit. I need to see price break through this before I start getting interested in pouring money into something like this. But I think something like this that's just been sold off forever. My understanding, there's good fundamentals behind this project through friends of mine who are more plugged into this kind of altcoin shit than I am. But, you know, need this chart to start looking bullish, right? Look at this chart. Look at this chart, right? See how this is starting to look bullish? Once this starts looking bullish, all of a sudden the dollar pair starts to fly. Before this chart looked bullish, the USD pair was only performing because Bitcoin was dragging it up. Now that the Bitcoin pair is starting to look potentially bullish, it's absolutely ripping, right? So that's the key ingredient. Bitcoin pair looking bullish and the USD pair looking bullish. That's when you're going to really see those major fucking gains. So if this can do something like this, would not be surprised to see this, you know, do something like this, right? Okay, we talked about DOT. Someone wants to see the Dixie. They want to see the Dixie. So I've been talking about this area on the Dixie forever. I've been trying to call the bottom on Dixie for fucking ever. You know, I do think that this monthly area gives us some sort of a bounce. But to where is the question, and will it fucking do it, right? So I still think the dollar ultimately is going, you know, like this, high time frame. But could it do this first, right? And then could this give us some opportunities in gold, in blah, blah, blah? I'm super bullish on Bitcoin and commodities like gold and silver because of how shitty this chart looks. If this chart continues to get sold into the fucking ground, guess what? Bitcoin and gold and silver are all gonna fucking pump, right? This is the absolute bottom on Bitcoin from March, right there, that top. And look at what's happened to Bitcoin since, and look what's happened to this since. So you can only imagine if the ass falls out on this thing. If it loses this level, there's not a lot of support until way down here, in my opinion. So the question is, can this thing get a little bit of a fucking bounce? I don't fucking know. I want it to. I would love it to. But it's got a lot of work to do. Here's an interesting area, right? If it can clear this 91 level, right, maybe we get some sort of relief, right? Maybe we see something like this happen, right? You know, it does one of these, but ultimately I'm expecting more downside on the dollar. Just a question of how high can it, you know, bounce if it does get relief, right? Like I wouldn't be surprised if it came up into this 92 area, right, and then made another leg lower. What would be crazy is if it came up here and made another leg lower, but I doubt that. We'll see. The money printer, it's going to continue to go so indefinitely. So expect more weakness in the dollar, more bullishness for things like Bitcoin, gold, and silver. Okay. Done all that shit. Theta. So here's something that's interesting, right? So this has generally been bullish against Bitcoin. So this is one of, I imagine, very few examples of alts where for the majority of the last 2 years, you could argue that your money was better off in Theta than it was in Bitcoin, right? Because for, you know, the entirety of 2020, essentially, this thing's been in an uptrend. If I go one time frame lower, right, here's the start of 2020 right here, right? So Theta looks good. I don't know. It's not a coin I've really ever looked at. I think someone might have asked me about it last video and I said it looked good. You know, there's kind of the SR flip that I would have bought if it would have, you know, obviously I don't trade this, but it came just shy. And it's seeing a really nice fucking reaction. you know, this looks decent. Looks fucking decent, bud. Here's a little interesting area for you to pay attention to. I think what you want to see is it hold this little gray block here, right? I'd want to see it kind of hold this and continue up, and then this is going to be an area of resistance. But ultimately, this looks pretty good. Again, not a coin I've ever traded. Okay, there's more price history on Huboy, I guess. But yeah, I don't hate this relative to so many other coins. You know, everyone's like, FBT, this is already bottomed, right? This bottomed a while ago. And let's see if we got Theta USD. Right? There's my entire point, right? So the Bitcoin pair looked good. Look at what the dollar pair is doing. The Bitcoin pair bottomed in here, right? And look at the dollar pair fucking reaction when the Bitcoin pair is bottomed. This has outperformed Bitcoin. How do I know that? Not just in terms of a dollar amount, but it's outperformed Bitcoin in Satoshis as well, right? Because the Bitcoin pair is also in an uptrend. USD pair in an uptrend, Bitcoin pair in an uptrend. That leads you to some major fucking money. GG. If you played this thing, GG. This is fucking an awesome run this year. I have no idea what this coin does or why it is so bullish. You know, again, one of those bull market things, these little fucking triangles, they always seem to break up in a bull market, right? But yeah, I mean, this is starting to get parabolic for sure. I don't really see any sort of support here on the way down, you know. So this could come down pretty far, just to be aware, right? This is, you've gone on quite a rip, but that's what I would watch. I don't know how you're basing your portfolio, but this looks pretty fucking good. It's absolutely shredded the rest of the market for the entire year, it looks like. So GG. As long as this continues to hold up, right? So if this does this, stay long, my friend. Stay long. Okay. All right, we'll do BNB. We'll do Cardano. We'll do all this other shit you guys are asking for. Jesus Christ, who the fuck is this guy? How do I ban this guy? It's 2020, bro. Hate speech, you're gonna get instant banned on fucking Twitter. Fuck you for fucking spamming my feed with your racist bullshit. Piece of shit. Fuck you, buddy. Okay, BNB. Let's take a look. Sorry about that, guys. That's never fun. BNB Tether. I mean, here's the thing, right? Are you bullish on Binance, the company? Are you bullish on CZ? Because if you are, you know, you want to be long BNB. And the chart looks good too, right? This is an uptrend. It's not too steep yet. And it's breaking bearish order blocks and it's respecting bullish order blocks, right? So, you know, retesting bullish order block right here, move, retest bullish order block right here, move, breaking bearish order blocks, right? Bearish order block here, broken. So this looks pretty good. And if you're bullish on Binance and you're bullish on CZ, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, you know, not a bad bet to have some money in this coin. This is your issue, right? If you're paying it versus US dollars, it looks okay. It's in an uptrend. The worry here is the Bitcoin pair, right? So as bullish as the company and blah, blah, blah may be, you know, if Bitcoin is super fucking strong, you know, it will wreck alt. So your concern here is this on Binance Coin is the high time frame chart, the Bitcoin chart, getting real precariously low here. So this is an area where I think you can look for a potential bottom. But if it loses this, right, if the ass falls out, and this is more just like an SFP, this is going to go much lower. So right now your money is better in Bitcoin than it is in this shit, right? So dollar pair looks okay. Bitcoin pair has absolutely not bottomed. If this does one of these, just like I showed you on Theta and on ETH, then the dollar pair will start to outperform, you know, and do very well. BNB is done. GFT. Where do you guys find these things? I don't even know what this is. I don't even know who you are. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is what you wanted me to look at, but TA works on all markets, right? Here's your area of interest, right? Here's your consolidation. We're consolidating into this key SR here. Multiple tests, right? 1, 2, maybe you get one more pullback, right? But this looks like it could potentially be bullish. If it breaks through this area here, no reason why it doesn't go to here, in my opinion. Don't know what this is. I assume it's a stock, but could be a nice little ripper there. Nice little fucking ripper. Are you an XHV fan? Absolutely not. I think I answered that already. I don't trade on BitterX anyways. This looks like it might be bottoming. I don't know. Again, just play the chart, dude. Right? So this looks okay right now, assuming it can maintain the structure. Right? You want to see it maintain this structure here. If it rolls over from this low, this is going to go back and retest this here. Right? So if it loses this area, it's going down to here. That's when you don't want to be in this thing. And again, you know, look at the dollar pair. You know, looks okay. You know, if you've been playing this thing since 2020, this thing's up huge. But not something, I don't even have money on BitterX, but the Bitcoin pair looks bad, right? So unless you're basing your portfolio in dollars, you're losing Satoshi value in this thing. RSR. I have a friend who is super hyped on this coin, and he's a smart guy. You know, I think he's getting in a little early. He's trying to, you know, catch the bottom, which is fine. His risk appetite allows for that. But personally, I wouldn't get in this thing until it reclaims this level here, right? Once it reclaims this level here, then we can talk about, you know, some serious upside. We look at the dollar pair. Dollar looks okay, right? The dollar pair looks okay. So the ingredients for a coin like this, right? Dollar pair is at support. Holding structure, it's in an uptrend. This is in an uptrend, right? Just like FUSD was in an uptrend, even though FBTC is in a downtrend. This is in an uptrend. And then if you get a bottom form on this, right? And then if this does something like this, that's got the makings for a major move on the dollar pair as well in terms of serious upside expansion. Cardano. So, I mean, this is most altcoin charts right now. Here we go. Here we go. So, yeah, this looks just like Ethereum, right? If I put up the Ethereum chart next to this, it's going to be bright white, isn't it? You son of a bitch. Right? If I put up the Ethereum chart next to this, looks very similar, no? Right? Obviously not as much history, but in terms of literally just seeing a higher low form into a monthly order block, right? So downtrend, little bit of an uptick, monthly order block here, boom, boom, right? If that legs up, right, and this legs up, it's going to be bullish for Cardano. Okay, so it's coming into support. Again, I need to see on the lower time frame actual reaction at support right now. You see a little bit of it here coming into that level, but I would go down even to the daily, right? This is going to be a level that you're going to want to keep your eye on. So if this thing can get a little bit above here, right, then we're talking, you know, some bullishness. The USD pair will start looking really good. But if this is anything like Ethereum, right, this is a monthly order block. This can go all the way down in here before it decides it wants to bottom. But it's into support now, so not all bad news, but, you know, it's been getting dicked against dollar or against Bitcoin for a little while now. And I imagine the USD pair looks okay. Like I said, looks okay. In an uptrend, you know, I don't hate this at all in terms of versus dollars. This looks pretty good. This looks like Ethereum before it took off, right? Look at this on the monthly, let's look at this on the 3-day, right? Do you see the similarities in the structure here? Right? This is here, right? This is here. This, right, is here. This is here, right? So once that Cardano Bitcoin pair bottoms out like Ethereum did, you're going to get this. You're going to get a big old fucking pump on this thing. I wouldn't be surprised to see once that dollar pair or that Bitcoin pair bottoms out, shows some strength because it's coming into that monthly support, that you see a 2x in terms of the USD value of Cardano. So I don't hate this at all, actually. I think this looks pretty good. I might have to chuck a couple shekels in there. Who knows? But yeah, pretty straightforward there on Cardano. Okay. Did we look at LTC? We have not looked at LTC. Let's look at LTC. So LTC has been the outperformer relative to Ethereum, but I think Ethereum's going to have its little bit of time to shine right now. You know, LTC here, why is it done well? Well, it's starting to potentially put in a bottom here, right? So it's finally starting to look like it might want to put in a bottom here. Reclaiming a key monthly SR level right here, okay? That's a key reclaim. The month of December looks like it will close through here, so that's a key reclaim. And then I'm looking up here on LTC. So now when we dial in a little bit, the weekly just looks like it's starting to round, right? And maybe we're going to see something like this now. Starting to look okay. Go down to the daily. What do you fucking have here? Right? You have an uptrend forming on the daily. Still early, right? But look at this. That's higher highs and higher lows. Look at Ethereum. Nothing yet. Look at LTC. That's in an uptrend. This is why LTC has outperformed Ethereum for the month of December. Because I just showed you that correlation there. This is already in an uptrend on the daily. This is looking like it's just starting to bottom. Okay? So there. But yeah, LTC looks good. The Bitcoin pair, I think, is just going to continue to now place that bottom. It's going to build that base. It's reclaiming this key SR. I want to see it hold above this level for sure. And ultimately, I think it can get above here soon and really start to fly. And that's confluent with the dollar pair looking good, right? The dollar pair very clearly is bottomed. No reason why I don't think this thing continues to fly as the BTC pair puts in a bottom. It might see a little bit of a cool off, but very similar to everything, it's a bull market right now, right? So what are we doing? We're looking to buy dips. So if you get lucky enough to buy some cheap LTC here, I think you do. Pretty straightforward. Guess it's time to start ignoring sleep. Hell yeah. Yeah, take growth hormone and your head will grow. Okay. Link seems to be accumulating. I mean, I hate Link. I think Link is shitty. I mean, I don't know. The concern for Link, right? To me, it's super simple, right? Here's where you pay attention on Link, right here. Right? If that's a lower high, like if this is a lower high, this is going to go lower. Okay, so this is your key area on link. You know, and then here you go. I don't even remember drawing this, but, you know, there you go. This is where the bottom needs to hold. Right? So, I mean, if you're holding link over the last couple of months here, you're getting crushed versus Bitcoin. You're getting absolutely crushed. It's been good, right? It's been good for the last couple of years. It's been outperforming, but the last 4 months, it's getting absolutely crushed by Bitcoin. So, need to see support hold here. If support holds here, then you very likely will see the USD pair break that level that I marked and continue up. If it loses this support here, that is going to be a lower high on the dollar pair. So I don't know what you mean by accumulating. This does not look like accumulation to me. This looks like just like, hey, the bottom might be forming here. So again, need to see some bullish price action. I would essentially wait for it to get back above this level, because if it does, it will very likely go up and tag this level. Right? So if we can see a move back above here, this becomes your deviation, and we can see a move up into here. That would look good for the dollar pair. It's into monthly support. Let's wait and see what happens, but this doesn't look like accumulation to me. This looks like a fucking coin that's been getting sold to hell. Chew a lot of gum, your jawline will get chiseled. Okay. Bro, I just got in and you're talking about your neck, so I went back to the beginning and you're talking about your neck, I guess. That's funny. I didn't start it. They started talking about my neck, and then I just picked up on it because I was flattered. Do you take partial profits? Yeah, sometimes, absolutely, right? If you've made a bunch of money, right, why not take some off the table, lock that in? Who the fuck disliked the video? Probably the guy trying to scam people or the guy saying the N-word. Both of those people suck. Thank you so much. Mostly I get cucked on the huge BTC moves, so we consolidate for some time. I enter, BTC sells off, alts dump, annoying as hell. Yeah, man, it's going to take time, it's going to take repetition, but the more robotic and kind of objective you can be in your execution of your trade plan, the better. How come you only have 6K followers on YouTube? I ask myself that every day before bed. You really know what you're doing. Thank you so much, my man. What a great name, my man. Reported that comment 10 minutes ago. Thank you. Joe is the best counter trade of the last 6 to 12 months. Yes, I agree. Stashing. Can you explain how you draw your order blocks? Go watch all of my old videos. Go watch ICT. That's how. This is an order block, okay? It's the down candle before an up move that broke market structure. So you mark out this entire candle here, okay? That is your bullish order block. If you retest it, you long it. A bearish order block would be the exact opposite. So it would be the up candle before a down move that broke market structure. You mark it out. And if it retests it, it's a sell. That's a very quick Cole's Notes explanation. And they occur at key SR levels. That part is key. Joe doesn't have a paid Telegram. That's what I figured. Yo, what's up, Gabriel? Can ETH really reach 30K? Let's get Bitcoin to 30K before we worry about ETH. Hyper Chad, it seems. XTZSR, blah, blah, blah. Kai. How do you find your edge as a newbie? Is discretionary trading better than building a system? Well, what's the difference? What's the difference between a system and being discretionary, right? I think discretion is part of trading, even in a system, right? So I think the best thing you need to do when you're new is spend time in the charts, find something that works for you, that you enjoy, that speaks to you, that you can understand, and then repetition, 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 right? What you don't want to do is start off using indicators, then go to price action, then go to some other bullshit, then you're doing footprints and order flow. Like, find a system that you like, that you think you get, and then repeat, and go from there, right? If you that's gonna be the key. Is repetition. Fuck this, the pied crow guy. What a piece of shit. Long as fuck on all BTC pairs. Even Curve is printing a bull div on the daily BTC pair. Chase likes FTP at 790. So how about you? I think that looks pretty good as well. 790. I'm aiming for 810. God damn it, I always do this. I'm aiming for 810. 790 is like right here, right? So he's saying take profit at that high. I think we stab just up into this level here, but it's essentially the same fucking area, right? Between these two levels here. Great content. Pound those likes. Yes, please. Likes are appreciated. Thank you so much. Ave. Sure, let's look at Ave. So I don't know what this does, but the tether pair looks pretty fucking good. I think I've charted this before. Why? Right? Long as we hold that, it looks okay. Again, the question is what does this look like? So this looks okay. You know, this is an uptrend, right? For now. So what I would really want to see is this hold. Right? If you can see this hold, and this goes like this, okay? If this goes like this is gonna fucking fly. This will fucking fly, right? So that's what you want to watch on that. I checked the USD pair on DOT already. Bid USDT. Julio, you always come in and you always ask for this same fucking thing. Yeah, I mean, it looks okay, bro. Looks okay. I don't like charts like this with these many fucking wicks, because then it's hard to get like clean levels, right? But this looks good as long as it holds above here, and I think that's what I told you weeks ago, right? Once it closed through here, it looks good. So as long as this holds above here, it looks okay, right? Your problem is this: is this bottomed yet? That's what you need to be asking yourself, Julio. So. You know, if this thing has bottomed, which it very well could have, then that's when that dollar pair will really start ripping. So what you're gonna see how it rejected here, right? So what you're gonna want to see is this. If this happens, that Badow dollar pair that you're watching here, that's when this thing will really fucking go. But this has done a nice SR flip. Now you need to see the Bitcoin pair do an SR flip. Can you use order blocks on a low time frame? Yes. Price is fractal. What I show you here works on all time frames. I've checked Link. I've checked Cardano. I'm starting to get tired here, guys, so I'm probably going to call the video here. But I appreciate... if I didn't cover a chart that you mentioned here, I'll do it in my next stream. I'm probably going to do a stream sometime this week, probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'll if I didn't get to any charts that you guys wanted here, just join that stream on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I will answer your questions there. It's just, this has been 2 hours now. I need to eat some food. I'm hungry as hell, and I smell bad. I haven't even showered since I got home from the gym. Theta, I did already, so check that out. Why do you want the dollar to bounce? Because I've been trying to call the bottom on dollar, so now it's just out of spite. Theta is backed by YouTube and Samsung, solid project. There you go. Are you still targeting 45 to 60 cents on XRP? So XRP sucks. So basically, if you watched last video, right, when we dumped here, I said I wouldn't be surprised to see something like this happen, right? And that's what happened, but it topped out about here. So I was hoping it would come up a little bit higher. I was hoping it'd come up to here, right? But this is looking weak. The thing is, though, is right, this sold off 40%, so I don't necessarily think this is done. What you want to see is this, right? Needs to hold here. If it can hold here, right, I think we will test here. So in a word, yes. If it loses this, I think it goes back down to like 15 or 16 cents. So really interesting area here for XRP. All the fucking SEC news aside, if it can hold this low, I think there's a good chance it trades back towards like 50 cents. Please watch Tomo. Okay, I will. Did you do LTC? I did. Sushi. All right, I said I'd do sushi. Okay. Every time I try and leave, they keep dragging me back in. I mean, oh my god, what a fucking wick. What the fuck was that shit? Imagine getting filled down there on sells or buys. One situation you're fucking set, one you're wrecked. I mean, as long as it holds above here, I think it looks fine. Right? So there you go. As long as it holds above here, you're good. We are into resistance right here. Okay, so that's going to be your kind of key resistance level. And this will be kind of a more minor resistance level right here. Right? So what I wouldn't be surprised to see is something like, fuck you. Why does it hate me? I click the button and it doesn't click. Something like this, right? Is kind of the dream scenario. So resistance here, but looks like this is putting in bullish market structure here. So overall bullish. Sushi dollar probably looks bullish. Yep. So again, breaking through here, right? Super bullish. I think as soon as the Bitcoin pair looks more bullish, like if it holds that support level and pushes up, this thing looks like it's primed to go fucking for a rip. You know? I don't see why not. Looks okay to me. Look at F real quick here. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what F does here. Maybe it will give me a dip. Like if it does this, I'm longing it. I'm longing it. All right. I just put $329 into Ethereum. Good move. It's all I have as a student. Bro, what the fuck do you want me to say about that? I mean, the chart looks bullish. I think it's going to go up. I think you'll make money. But if all you have to your name is $325 and you put it into crypto, I think that's immensely stupid. But you'll probably make money. But come on, man. Don't do that shit. All right. Why do you pronounce so many things wrong? What do you mean, why do I pronounce so many things wrong? How about maybe you're pronouncing them wrong, bud? I'm fucking Canadian. That's probably why, though. Okay, I think that's it, guys. I think I'm going to call it. Okay, creepy. Thanks for tuning in, Wendell. When Metals and Chill. I'll be back on with the metal stream starting Friday. So tune in for that. Democryptus, charting coins while watching you stream. Your voice gets me in the mood. I hope to God you're a chick. Otherwise, gross. Chainlink, problem of being security. AMD sold the past to Americans. Potentially. Just sub to YouTube. Thanks so much. Those are rookie numbers. I agree. Who's Joe? A big fat dumb whale. Just took a 30x leverage. My heart was pounding. See retracement. I mean, your heart shouldn't be pounding, right? If you enter a trade and your fucking heart rate is increasing and you're stressed out because if you get stopped out, you're going to be fucked. You have too much size on, right? So reduce your size and then you shouldn't feel stressed. Like, I feel nothing when I'm in a fucking trade. I mean, that's a lie. Like, I feel euphoric when I'm winning, usually a bunch of money. But I never take a trade so big that if I get stopped out, I'm fucking ruined, right? That's just silly. What's the price prediction short term for Ethereum? $790 to $800. Appreciate the streams. Thanks so much for tuning in, man. Thanks, Zanza Batao. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, Crypto Grandpa. Appreciate you, man. Thanks, Carmen. Good to see you again. Miss you, buddy. Thanks, Wendell. What we gonna hit Ethereum? Must I buy? Only 800. It's not worth to buy. I thought maybe 5,000. I mean, maybe it goes to 5,000 in the future, but I'm just talking short-term targets here. All right, awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Fabrizio, Elizabeth, Stashing, Noza, Ban, all you guys. Thank you so much. I love doing these. I can't wait to do another one. I'll be back with another video probably sometime in the middle of the week. Please like the video, please like the tweets and retweet them. Subscribe to me on Twitter if you haven't already. Use the Prime link in the description, please. That helps me a lot. Yeah, I've got an educational video in the works. I'm hoping to post it this week. I've got two. One of them is going to be on entry techniques, and the other one is going to be on this crayons indicator that is created by Insilico. That you see a lot of guys like Flood and Zoran use this. So I'm going to be creating an educational video on how it works. So stay tuned for those. Thank you so much again, guys. Appreciate it. Love you guys all. Let's all make some more fucking money. And yeah, talk to you soon.